Hey, you can't manage your emotions unless you can name them. So yeah, most men know when they're angry. Urgh. But if you ask them to name anything other, if you said, describe how you're feeling, but you can't say angry, you get crickets. So like I said, if you can't name it, then you can't manage it, you can't control it, you can't process it, you can't do anything with it. It's got control of you, and that's going to have a huge cost on all your relationships. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 ways to name and manage what you're feeling, and you don't need a psych degree. Okay, so number 1, start with how your body feels. You're going to have to scan your body from head to toes or toes to head, you decide, and you're going to notice those areas of distress, tightness, pressure. Is it in your chest? Is it in your forehead? Is it in your neck? And then once you can identify where you're physically manifesting that emotion, is it heat, pressure, restlessness, excess energy, whatever, heaviness, try to discover, is there an emotion behind that? Typically, I feel anxiety in my chest. My chest is tight. I feel my stress on my forehead. I feel depression and sadness like a physical heaviness. Try to figure out what that physical sensation is associated with what emotion. Okay, number 2, flip the script. If you're stuck, identify what you're not feeling. So I'm not feeling happy right now when I'm feeling really stressed and overwhelmed, right? Um, Maybe I can't say stressed or overwhelmed, but I know I'm not happy. I know I'm not excited. I know I'm not joyful. So maybe kind of reverse engineer in order to know what I'm feeling, I have to know what I'm not feeling. What is missing? Out of all the emotions on the emotion wheel, on the emotion list, if you get one, I think you should get one. Try to figure out what is it that's missing that describes, it's like a negative case, so to speak. In order to know what the affirmative positive case is, I need to know what the negative case is, if that makes sense. So try to reverse engineer the emotion by noticing the need that wasn't met. Hopefully that makes sense. I think that makes sense to me. Okay, number 3, use a simple menu. And I kind of mentioned this on number 2, sorry. But get a menu of emotions. There's some really good ones online. Just Google emotion list or emotion wheel or emotion families, that sort of thing. But here, just keep a short list in your head of the 6 basic emotions. So mad, sad, glad, afraid, shame, love. If that big category, that umbrella emotion category doesn't quite fit, I would imagine maybe one of your emotions branches off or flows off of one of those core emotions. So try to see if the big one fits, and if there's a subtle, nuanced branching of those big ones, see if that fits. And just play around with it. Like, am I sad? Well, why would I be sad? What happened in my life? What event would make me feel sad? Does that fit with what I'm feeling physically? Does that match with a potential another emotion? Just play with it. Don't overcomplicate it. Sorry, I was kind of overcomplicating it. Don't overcomplicate it. Start broad and then get specific. Okay, so I've given you 3. Now there's a great way to test. See, I hope you get that sense. Like you kind of test some of these things out. It's not really a scientific. Like consider emotion and discovering what your emotion is like throwing a noodle on the wall. Okay, so I'm going to give you some ways to test the emotional waters to see and try on and fit and maneuver and work around, see what fits. So try having a conversation. Try, I think I'm feeling blank. Have a conversation with yourself. Um, don't with AI, you'll get AI psychosis. Or with another person. You don't have to be 100% sure. Maybe just try supposing 3 different emotions. Maybe have them guess at what your emotion is. Um, and then people respond better when you risk naming it, even imperfectly. So they'll respond to you. They'll start to get a sense of where you're coming from. They'll start to make some really good educated guesses. You can start to make some really good educated guesses. And then you kind of piecemeal your way there to really being able to name what you're feeling, and then you're even closer, you're one step closer to being able to manage it. So naming an emotion out loud, even if it's imperfect, helps shrink its power, and you start to get a better comprehension and power over it. Is that making sense? Okay, so here's a quick recap. Check your body, head to toe to head, doesn't matter, you choose. Flip the script, what wasn't there, what need wasn't met, the opposite case, that sort of thing. Use the simple menu, choose from one of the core emotions, maybe it's a branching emotion, you don't know, test it out. Practice saying it out loud, test how it feels, try it on, have a conversation with someone, start throwing those noodles on the wall, see what sticks. Okay, so if identifying emotions is hard for you, start small, then go big. Name one emotion a day. So you got a little dot. That's for one. That's a bruise. Name one emotion, just like the dot on my finger. Um, Name one emotion a day. Over time, you got to practice. You'll get more fluent in your own emotional life, and then subscribe and listen to me, maybe one video a day. Subscribe if you want to know more tools for emotional mastery. But sorry, that was a shameless plug. I'm embarrassed about that. But yeah, give some of these ideas a try.